Jim and Linda Lloyd here. We are a husband and wife real estate team from Horizon West, Florida.
That's right, and we are really excited to share this information with you today. If you're looking for a way to discover the Orlando area, you've been thinking about relocating for a while, you've planned your trip, and you're not really sure where to start, this is the video for you.
That's right. We are going to talk about our moving to Orlando discovery tip. But before we get too started, if you're watching this, you're probably considering moving to Florida. And so we've kind of come up with a quiz to help you narrow down the places that can become overwhelming, maybe based on your lifestyle, things you like and don't like, will help narrow down.
Our self-guided tours are also set up to be an interesting intersection, where to start, how to go.
Let's dive right into the tips.
So let's talk about our tips.
Let's talk about our tips.
Tip number one, try to avoid the trafficy areas.
Yeah.
I-4 is one of those bottleneck kind of highways.
Yeah.
It'll get you from west to east and east to west right through Orlando, but there are a lot of stop and go areas.
Yeah, yep.
So avoid those. Put it on your GPS and maybe have it, like Linda does, avoid tolls.
Yeah.
You can make that selection, toggle the switch. That'll be pretty easy.
Yep.
The other thing is, shortly after you land, stop in at any one of the gas stations, the Wawa, the racetrack, whatever it is, and get a Sun Pass. The Sun Pass, E-Pass, Uni-Pass, whatever it is, sometimes they'll have it available in the rental car, but there are going to be some toll roads that'll save you a gigantic amount of time.
So that you can avoid that I-4.
Take 429, take the Turnpike.
Yeah, there's a lot of other options.
You can get around.
Right.
If you're thinking of Orlando and where you want to focus your area, try to find a hotel or an Airbnb close to where you think you might want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's overwhelming. There's so many areas. It's a pretty big geographic area. But if you take the quiz as an example and it comes up Horizon West, try to stay close to Horizon West.
Try to stay close to Horizon West. That being said, it's not a short-term rental area. There will not be short-term rentals.
But there are some hotels.
There are some hotels, which would be your best bet, because we stayed in a short-term rental in Kissimmee. It took us about a half hour just to get into where it's on the other side. So it took us a little while to get to the areas that we wanted to look at to actually purchase and live.
Yeah, so if you're thinking you want to stay in a short-term rental while you explore the area, you're probably going to be looking in Kissimmee. You're going to be looking in Davenport, Champions Gate.
Great short-term areas.
Parts of Claremont have good short-term rental communities. And then all the way up in Mount Dora, one of my favorite places, but a little further out. So try to stay, the point here though, Linda, is that you want to try to stay close to where you think you might want to land. Because then you can go out to the restaurants in the area. You can drive to the grocery stores, find the Target.
Immerse yourself as much as you can.
All of those things.
In the areas that you want to live, because the short-term rental areas, I wanted to be close to Disney. They're on the other side because that's where you can do it. And so it just made us really immersing ourselves in the area of Winter Garden, Horizon West, Windermere, the areas that we wanted to live, a little bit more difficult just to even get to start our look.
Yeah.
And then when we tried to drive around and look at the houses.
Well, we found that a lot of the communities were gated.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get in.
You can't really just drive around and look.
But we'll kind of touch on that a little bit, because there's a couple theories. We just had some friends some customers from St. Louis, and they shared something that, we did ourselves. We've heard a lot of other people do. As they kind of did drive around, one of the things they looked for was the cars that were parked in the driveway. They looked at how well the lawn was kept in throughout the whole neighborhood. And you could tell a difference, the different types of cars.
Yeah.
Will give you an idea of maybe just the demographic or the income levels, and whatever it might be. Stay close to the area, avoid the traffic areas, plan it out. It's going to be very difficult once you get here to start looking up and looking at homes that maybe are interesting to you.
Right.
And then, let's go here, because you can very much start to be like, squirrel, and just head off in a different direction, not realizing it'll be 30 to 45 minutes away.
Right.
So if you plan it out, and one of the things we have, if you look at the links below, it'll bring you to a page where we'll email you this PDF of self-guided tours. Attached to that, there will be links to Google Maps route. We've tried to design those so that each of them are less than 2 hours of drive time.
Right, because you don't want to spend your whole time in the car.
And really, even the self-guided tour is not designed to just be driving and that's it.
Right, set
We're
your
bringing you
mindset
through some interesting areas
for a reason.
with some good spots.
Right.
Like, so one of the tours, as an example, is kind of a golf course tour. It'll bring you from Disney Golf
My favorite.
to Orange County National. It'll bring you to Orange Tree, and it'll bring you up into Claremont to Legends. It'll bring you around to different places. Most of those that are on our tour are public courses, so that you can kind of get a feel for getting out, maybe stopping into the club, seeing what the driving range is like and that sort of thing. We also, one of our tours is a downtown tour. So it'll bring you from Celebrations downtown to Winter Gardens downtown to Claremont downtown up to Mount Dora.
And get out, look around, decide, get the feel for what it would feel like.
Walk around.
Set your mind that you're going to immerse yourself as much as possible. And so you're not just driving through, because let's face it, that's sometimes frustrating, but you're actually going to get out and you're going to walk it. Living in Winter Garden, we can hop over to Winter Garden downtown on Friday night and, just take it in. Live music.
As we're talking about it, it might be a little aggressive even to say, hey, do this downtown tour, because that takes you through multiple communities. The idea is, if you plan out your trip, treat it as though it's a Disney vacation. People spend months planning out their Disney vacation, and they map out which day they're going to go to which park, and then where they're going to start, what time they're going to do this, their character breakfast, their special experience, whatever it is. Map it out. We're trying to help you here with the DIY, with the self-guided tour. Map those days out. And I guess we would recommend at least 5 days, right? You could do it over a weekend, but it's going to be kind of tight in order to really get a feel for the area.
We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to be able to kind of do your preparation ahead of time, do your homework, so to speak, so that you can understand and know what works well for you, or what your tastes are, what you're liking, what you want to do. And then we also just want to remind you to have fun, like really immerse yourself into this area.
That's right.
You're going to move here. You're going to love it here. We love it here. And we want you to be able to take advantage of some of the things that are here in a way to get the full picture of what life is like living next to the magic.
Yeah, so part of that might mean just doing the things that you like to do. Finding those little pockets of interest, and if it means taking a day to hit the playground with the kids, find a couple playgrounds and we can point them out to you. If it means taking the boat tour like we did around the Butler Chain of Lakes, you can do that. If it's golf and you want that lifestyle, the outdoor lifestyle, take it around the golf or two. Play at different places. Definitely enjoy some of the dining options. Enjoy the parks, the theme parks, the Disney parks, the Universal.
Or not, because you can wait till you have an annual pass when you live here, and it'll pay for itself after 2 visits.
Yeah, you could save.
But Disney Springs, for sure.
Hit up Disney Springs.
City Walk at Universal.
Maybe even have a point of reference, right? Like one of your rules was you don't want to be more than 30 to 40 minutes away from the Disney theme parks.
Correct.
So wherever we were looking, we were putting it in the phone and checking to see the distance, how far that was. But also realize you don't have to do this alone. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of overwhelming. It's a huge area. It might be very different than where you live right now. If you're coming from Wisconsin, if you're coming from Massachusetts or New Jersey, the idea of moving to Florida is enticing for the warm weather, the sunshine, the opportunity, but it might also just be very different than where you're coming from. So you don't have to do that alone. Give us a call.
Our goal is to make it as easy as possible. It's a stressful thing moving, and we would like to make that seamless for you.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason we've tried to do the self-guided tour, so that you can be prepared and know what you're getting into.
Yeah, we're trying to prepare resources to make it easy. You could do it yourself, you could do it with us, or we could do it for you. The reason why Carvana is popular, because you don't have to go into a car dealership and feel like you're being sold to. We don't want you to feel that way.
No.
Having a real estate professional with you is going to help answer a lot of questions. It'll help get you to see the houses. Some people think they'll just call the listing agent directly and that'll make it easy. The listing agent is working for the seller. It doesn't hurt to have your own advocate, your own professional in your corner to lead you through it. And it's not
100%.
like to be pushy. It's not to have you feel uncomfortable or that you're wasting our time in some way. This is kind of what we do.
That's kind of what we do. And again, time is this luxury. And if you're calling this person here to show you this and then stopping in here and talking to another, will allow us to help.
And just one final thing is we've partnered with Horizon West Magazine. We'd love to send you a copy of that. If you want to shoot us your address, we'll mail this out to you at no charge. In this magazine, there are plenty of great ideas on dining, on parks, on clubs and activities for your family. There are great ideas in here for houses of worship. So it's a terrific resource. You can find it online, also horizonwestmagazine.com. But we've partnered, we have an article in here about living with Disney in your backyard. And so we'd love to get this mailed to you. So once again, we want to be part of your journey. We hope that you would invite us in and help us with this kind of great change for you as you consider moving to the Orlando area. So hope you've enjoyed this video today, and we look forward to meeting you soon.
Thanks for watching.